What's up? We're here at St. George with a new video for you about the pre-race prep.
Taking over 19, ayy, back, hit a $250,000. When it's here, pretty chilly, I've been trying to find me really well, silly yo, I be gone like Cheerio, really though, swear we finna get the gold, you the goat, but the most been getting old, standing still, yeah, I'm getting way too cold, like it's uno dos, I go single on these hoes, dozen songs, dozen shows, guess that's just one way to grow.
Yeah, you tell everybody. This is your turn.
You want that
what do you want to say? Oh, you're shy now. No, you're not.
Rilla, do you want to dance? Dance, 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 dance,
Good dancing.
Yay! Dance, 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 dance.
Yay! This is the recovery corner. It's very close to the baby corner, but we have pretty much everything that I use during the week to just keep my body feeling good, get me prepped. I have a massage that I'll have Wednesday evening that kind of helps everything get set for the race, flush out the body, but in the meantime I have to do a lot of self-care to make sure that I'm all set for the race, and I ramp it up just a little bit than I usually would during a training week and just kind of add in stuff where it feels good. And I always travel with my Hypervolt Go. I love this. It's easy to throw in a backpack and easy to just, turn it on, make the legs feel pretty good before or after a workout. And then if I'm feeling a little bit more sore, I have my Wave scrapers, my therapy tools. I've got the Wave actually here. Their big scraper here, just for some scraping. And then on top of that, I use my Calmer CBD balm just as a little bit of like lubrication on it, so it's not just like scraping the skin. And I have my Normatec boots that I'll throw on after I do a lot of that stuff. So, and one thing that doesn't always stay in the recovery corner, but I like to use, are the Firefly devices. It's just basically a little stim that helps blood flow throughout the entire legs, and just put them on, and that way I'm not confined to the corner, I can recover on the go. That's mainly what's going on in the recovery corner.
All right, Ben, going into this weekend, are you looking forward to it?
Yeah, I love championship racing. I love the world champs, and I love racing in St. George as well. It feels like a home race, and racing a world champs on USA soil is extra special.
Looking at the start list this weekend, you probably have more experience than anyone on the entire start list on this course. Do you think that gives you an advantage on race day?
Well, I mean, I've had one good race here and one off race, so I think everybody is in for, a surprise on race day, because it's a deceptive course overall, and it's pretty challenging, but you can still race really fast on it. So I think people with experience and without are both going to excel here, and it's just whoever shows up on the day.
You obviously didn't have the day you wanted last time you were here in May. How have things progressed since then?
I put in a lot more training since then. I had a great summer of training and just slowly ramped up, and this has always been the day that I've had circled on my calendar and the one that I've always been focused on. So we've timed our taper, I think, perfectly, and just excited to race.
Do you have what it takes to stand on the top of the podium?
I don't think you should be racing if you don't think you have the shot at being a world champion, especially getting on this start line here. So I don't race for second place or a top 10. I think the most important thing is going out and executing my race and going and doing what I'm capable of, but I think that makes me dangerous for the win. Yeah, so we're off to the pro briefing. Today slept in a bit. It's a super chill day, 2 days before the race, and did the press conference beforehand. Just got the family checked in at VIP. Ready to go hear the briefing, and then pretty much just hanging out and doing a short little swim later today at the reservoir to just loosen up.
Good luck on Saturday.
Thank you. You too.
And Yo?
Yep.
Thank you.
Awesome. Yeah. Have a good one.
You too.
Good luck, you guys. Thank you.
And we see some top pros showing up here, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning. How's it going? How you doing? Good to see you. Yeah, you guys got to sign here.
Okay, congrats.
Make sure I mention that the fan gets 1 minute off the time.
I like that. All right.
Oh,
yeah, with the flag. It was okay. I was supposed to have him with me, but he didn't come. He didn't fill the right papers.
Okay, who's next? Ben. Sam's already talked about you, Ben. I know you guys were consoling each other in May, which is okay. You had a great race at Oceanside last year, the 70.3. You beat a great field there. You were 10th here last year, but you've got a second place in the World Championship, which, by the way, the last American to win this race was 2007, Andy Potts. So, you know, no pressure, Sam. But how do you feel you've been going coming into this?
I think everything is going well so far. I don't look to peak in May or June or July. I look to peak in September, and that's what we've built our year around. And ever since this race was announced, again, to be in the U.S., I've had it circled on my calendar and just looking forward to going out there and racing hard.
So with all we've been going through with the pandemic and travel, has that affected how you trained or gone to other places to train? How have you handled that?
I mean, it's been a different year and a half, 2 years. I think 2020 for me was a bit of a step back from the sport a little bit, and we approached things differently because we didn't have to be race ready throughout the year. And since late 2020 coming into 2021, it's been all about rebuilding the base and focusing on peaking here this weekend. So overall, I think we've laid it out really well, and we'll see how it goes.
Well, who between you and Sam, are you going to be consoling each other or congratulating each other?
Hopefully we're not consoling. Hopefully we're, cussing at each other as we're coming down the hill. And everybody seems to hate the hill. I kind of like a sprint finish, so maybe there'll be a pack of us that can just kind of run it in and make it exciting. Cool. Yeah. So 70.3 Worlds on Saturday. The race it's hard to predict a world championship. I can kind of go through what I think is going to happen, what Jim thinks is going to happen. But essentially, it's kind of how we look at each world championships that we've done, where we try and swim at the front, off the front, do whatever we can to make the swim fast. And there's a few guys here who will be around, whether that's leading it out or following me out in the front. And then it's trying to create that separation and just make the race hard. So I think that the guys who will swim with me will also be toward the front on the bike and motivated to keep the pace high, because there are some contenders who don't swim as fast, and on a course like this, to make other people work harder and take them out of their game plan is pretty big and just opens up more opportunity. And from there, it's just mitigating the fatigue and the damage to yourself over this entire bike course, especially with Snow Canyon at the end, which will be pretty high effort, I think, just so you can be able to run on what is definitely a challenging run course with a lot of climbing and then some sharp downhills. So you just have to be ready for basically a kind of a slog throughout the entire race of just constantly changing your rhythm and a lot of strength playing into it.
I think a lot of people take a look at the start list and they pretty much always have a sense of predicting how a race is going to go. They kind of look at the favorites and think, they've got it wrapped up. No way anybody can touch them. And I think what we've seen over the last year and a half is that favorites really don't they may be favorites for a reason, but there's a big difference to actually go out and perform on the day. Daytona did not turn out anywhere like people had predicted. So I don't necessarily think that St. George has any reason to be much different, especially now you add in so many other variables. This is my 5th season with Ben, and in the time we've been working together, he won Alcatraz 4 times. He's won 2 70.3s. He's been on the podium at the Mixed Relay World Championship twice, and at the Tokyo Test event. He was 2nd and 4th at the 70.3 Worlds, and another time a disappointing 10th. He won the Island House Triathlon. Yeah, he's just done some amazing things, and it's been great. He's a dream to coach because he's very honest, and we create the plan, and he follows the plan. And if the plan's not working or it needs to be adjusted, we talk about it and we adjust it. So he really does a great job of eliminating emotion and making sure that he sticks to the plan. He doesn't train out of fear of anything. Oh, well, what's everybody else doing? Well, then we should do that. He never thinks that way. So it's no surprise he's been one of the most consistent athletes in the sport at a very high level over multiple distances and durations. So, yeah, it's been great to work with him, and, hopefully we'll just keep rolling. I think here at the 70.3 Worlds, he's definitely in top 5 fitness. A top 5 performance he is most definitely capable of. Is that first? Is it 2nd, 3rd, 4th, or 5th? I don't know. But he's certainly is capable of competing at that level. So we'll see if he executes, and a few things maybe go his way, and just have the day we're looking for.